Hello there, everybody. SOBATA 92, aka Nightmare, and it's time for me to be a goddamn lawyer. Welcome to Ace Attorney. What the hell's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? I know jack shit about this aside from maybe two characters that I know of. So let's see what we got here. Ace Attorney. So Justice for All is the second game, and the third game is Trials and Tribulations. Okay. Well, obviously we're going to be starting with the first game. I've never played an Ace Attorney game before. I only know the existence of maybe two characters. One of which I've already designated a voice to because, honestly, in terms of how the dude looks, it's very fitting. So, like I said, I have never played an Ace Attorney game, and this is one of the most highly recommended series that's been thrown my way. And needless to say, it's gonna be interesting. I'm kind of wondering, like, I mean, this series, I mean, I've been looking forward to doing something that's, I'm assuming it's probably going to be sort of like Danganronpa because I like mystery solving in a way. So maybe, I don't know, we'll just see. I was really having a hard time debating whether I wanted to do the DS version or this version, but then I remembered, shit, there's some 3DS Ace Attorney games, and my captures, I don't have a capture card for that. Which I just realized, I think they actually stopped selling 3DS capture cards, so it's next to impossible to get one, which sucks. Anyway, the thumbnail template was once again crafted by SkydivingQuagga, so I would highly appreciate it if you showed him a little bit of support in the description down below, as well as all the other artists that I show off. Now then, enough waiting. Let's see what's so good about this. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Play the first... yeah? Huh. That's blood. Oh, murder. Oh! Yeah, that's murder. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Oh, hey, we gotta see the culprit. I've gotta find somebody. Wait. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Nice little thing on your forehead, my dude. Okay, I gotta see the culprit immediately. Nice. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. That's a hell of a way to start the game, I guess. Boy, am I nervous. Mia. Right. Holy shit. Hi there. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? We're really just getting dropped directly into the thick of it. Like, no, I mean, I saw somebody get murdered. I saw the murderer clearly. And already I'm getting into the okay. Okay, so, alright. Wait, hold on. Oh, cool. Okay, so we've already got like a save stuff here. Oh, speaking of saving, one thing that was actually told to me, wait, why would I want full auto skip? No. I don't think I want text skip. Unless it's recommended? Can I just have a section where I can just turn that off and, I don't know. Press the B button to skip. Oh, okay, there we go, that works. There were a couple of things that I was told. Like, one thing I needed to pay attention to, like, it's not really, I wouldn't really consider it a spoiler, but there's, like, audio cues, like, that I need to pay attention to, so I'm gonna try to keep that up on my noggin. Oh, and I was told that there are basically every part of this game is cut into segments, so it will be separated by save files, which technically it'll make recording for me a lot easier. So I would say my segments for each episode that I'm going to be recording of this is going to be probably variable in terms of how long they're going to last. But other than that, thank you. Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. What gave you that idea? Yeah. Your name is Butts? Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I'm afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? It's all over. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Okay, so that was his girlfriend. The newspapers say it was you. Huh. My name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, hey, court record. Attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, July 31st, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Do I have profiles? Holy shit, I'm getting... Wait. Oh, that must be the victim. Mia Fay, age 27, chief attorney at Fay & Co. My boss and a very good defense attorney. Larry Butts. Nice name. Or is it pronounced Boots? Larry Boots. Age 23. The defendant in this case. A likable guy who has been my friend since grade school. Ah. But wait a minute. Isn't that kind of bad if the attorney and the defendant have like a personal relationship or... Fuck, I don't know. I'm not very smart with the law. Cindy Stone, age 22. The victim in this case. A model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Okay, so the court record allows me to see evidence and character profiles. That's interesting. Can I get more information? No, it does not look like I can. That's actually pretty cool. Although I don't think I was supposed to discover this, and I like looking at stuff. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. I might as well just give Phoenix like my Michelle voice. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Boots, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the boots. Or the butts. Actually, technically that makes sense in both ways, but shut up. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do! Huh. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Hello. Hello there, judge-looking dude. Oh, you're literally a judge. Never mind. what to do with this guy. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Boots.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. I have no idea what to do with this old man. I guess I could give him my old man voice. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Shaking, eyesight, knees weak, mom spaghetti, fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Boots. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Boots, Your Honor. Correct. I kind of like this smooth, cartoony style. But then again, this is supposed to be like a remake of a DS game, so I'm kind of wondering how it looked on that platform. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name? Whew. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. Cindy Stone? No way! I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name! I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it at any time, okay? Okay, so that's when I was supposed to learn about that. I'm sorry. My inquisitive mind already wanted me to go. Who the fuck? Winston Payne, age 52. The prosecutor for this case lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Well then. Yeah, I was right. Her name is Cindy Stone. Okay. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. Cindy. Your Honor, by the way, it is actually the person I'm looking for. She's the victim. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? Blunt force trauma? She died because she was strangled, poisoned, hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. The statue. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Okay, so it is added to evidence. Okay. Oh. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Boots, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Considering how he acted. I saw that twitch.
Mr. Butch, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butch, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th of July, the day before the murder.
Ah, indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar? Well, I learned something new today.
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Boots, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Ugh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the under, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Oh, that was an auto scroll for some reason, so I didn't get a chance to read the first part. Is there like a backlog that I can check here? I don't think there is.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment.
I forgot the voice that I was doing to this guy.
You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Ugh.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Where he went. What do I do? You don't want to lie under oath, so have him answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Boots?
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her.
What the hell?
Oh, that. Oh, this is where the objection meme comes from. I should have realized. I should have just freaking realized that's where this meme came from. I can't tell you how many times I have seen this damn meme. I've seen, like, the objection, like, the cloud bubble, and just the words and the sound. I should have realized it was from this series. Damn it.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Boots is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Really?
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Frank Sawit. Frank Sawit.
You!
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness testimony. Witness's account. Oh? I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute!
Time of death was between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. though. Wait. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. If you saw her at 1 p.m., she died 3 hours after being struck. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones don't function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. He said he discovered the body at 1.
Now, Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor.
All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why? You expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? And then what witness must have lied in his testimony? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
I don't know. You hold the key. It's in the evidence.
The time of death was between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. The victim apparently arrived from home at 7:30 the day before. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. And according to his testimony, also there is the discovered Miss Stone's body, newspaper salesman who saw Larry flee the scene.
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There is bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. And then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record with the R button, then point out contradictions in the testimony.
Cross-examination.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him.
Now let's see. Let's see. Went to a nearby park and found it. You went to a nearby park and found a public phone. It was 1 p.m. I'm trying to, like, wrap my head around this. He says that he remembered the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. when he found her. That means that there was a 3-hour period here. I'm only assuming that she must have probably been taken to the hospital or something like that, but if she died between the times of 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., that means that technically she was still alive between 1 and 4. So... You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
Not really. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Solid, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Witness testimony, the time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Contradiction because the power was out!
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Fuck you! The power was out!
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Oh, I already know what to counter with.
Right? You know what to do.
I've got this one. The time of discovery. You slipped up again. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. You sure about that? Objection! Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid?
No, I did quite puzzling myself. Quite. I remember. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Solid? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Oh, yeah? Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. You fucked up again because we already know the murder weapon. That must have been what I saw.
Wow. You saw a clock. Well, I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Really? This is strike 3, by the way. There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Wait, the victim apparently arrived from Paris on 7.
Objection!
You sure about that? Wait just a moment! The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes, I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Ooh, I love this. Mr. Solid, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
I never. Look, I heard no, I mean, I saw.
I'm sorry, what? Did you just throw your hair at me? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, burn. Give him death!
My God, man, take a chill pill. Oh, right, you're clearly the killer. Order! Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
the whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Solid heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Well, actually, let's sound the clock, now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Beep.
I think it's...
8:25. Oh, that certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Solid heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Solid, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
What's he talking about now?
Why let me seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow? It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
God damn it, he's right! How am I going to prove that? Damn it! That was so close!
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
That means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solid.
I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. I don't know, it was a pretty compelling case right there.
Not so fast, Mr. Solid.
Mia! Chief!
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof.
Oh! She was in a different area, so the time was different there.
Right?
You really like saying that, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes, I can. Wait! Maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Tough words.
Let's see what you pull this one off.
I think he had a stroke mid-sentence. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Oh my god, I can't believe you just did that. Really?
Is he okay? I mean, I don't care, but he just started frothing at the mouth and passed out. Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy this game. I think I'm really going to enjoy this.
Order! Order, I say!
Shit, that was fun.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Boots,
Not guilty.
I did it. And with that, this court is adjourned.
Huh. It was fun. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went out to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew. I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Sydney Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Game over. Larry, she was a... Never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now.
I think it's supposed to be pronounced butts. Why am I laughing so much at something so goddamn juvenile? God damn it. Okay.
I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this?
Wow. That's cool. Wait, you actually made that? Damn.
Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to cry? Just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
I mean, why else would she keep the clock?
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
She kept it.
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Well, that made him feel a little better. Huh. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
Why are you... I'm getting, like, major death flags here. I don't know.
Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why he became a lawyer was because of him. It's Larry. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks.
Oh, holy shit, is she hitting on me?
And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Oh yeah, that's death flags right there. That is goddamn death flags right there. A brand new episode has been added. Huh. Yes, please. Alright. I think that was actually a pretty good episode to Turnabout Sisters Day 1 investigation. Alright. Well, that was, interesting to say the least. I'm not entirely sure how long that I recorded here, but I got myself a good feel for it. And I gotta say, I'm actually already liking how this is turning out and how the gameplay is going to be. And I'm already kind of getting back into that mode like I was back whenever I was doing Danganronpa. Like, I love solving stuff like this, so... needless to say, I'm actually very excited to do more of this. But anyway, if you all liked this, be sure to let me know. I'm looking forward to actually doing more of this definitely. And if you all like this, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Hot damn, I'm a lawyer!